What's up, everybody? We are live, and we got a really good card. This is definitely one of the better cards in a while. Definitely a really good card for ESPN Plus. We got UFC Copenhagen, Jack the Joker Hermanson versus Jared Cannonier, two really good middleweights, and I think Joker's definitely a future champ. I think Cannonier's a really good fighter as well, so it's going to be a really good fight. Co-main event, I mean, it should definitely not be the co-main event. The co-main event should definitely be, I mean, either Burns or Nelson. I mean, you could even say Diakiese versus Vannata could be the co-main event. There's a lot of fights that could be the co-main event instead of Belluardo versus Madsen. But it is what it is. I think Madsen's really big in Denmark, so that's probably why. But I mean, it's kind of a terrible fight in my opinion. Um, but yeah, great card. We'll talk about last week real quick. It was a really weird main event. I had a bet on Rodriguez on Yair, so it kind of sucks. I do think he would have won. If they rematch, I think he's going to win. Lots of people are, being crybabies on Twitter saying that Yair sucks and Yair's, a cheat and all that stuff. Like, I mean, you guys are just weird, man. I mean, you guys are retarded in my opinion. I mean, it obviously wasn't on purpose. And, Rodriguez is really, you know, flashing. There's a lot of movement, likes to pick people apart. And, he happened to, on an accident, poke Jeremy Steven. And there's a lot of people saying that he's a cheater and he sucks and he's a fraud. Like, yeah, I mean, you guys are jokes. I mean, Rodriguez is a really good fighter, and I think he's, one of the best in the division. And I think he's an absolutely smoked Jeremy Stevens, and he'll be Stevens again when they rematch. So there's so many people just crybabies, man, about Rodriguez. So I think it's you guys are jokes. So yeah, back on the betting. So I am still on plus 47 units, overall in the greens, which is good. But I'm definitely, on a three-card losing streak, and they're all really small losses. I mean, the Khabib card minus 1.6, and then the Vancouver card minus 1.75. And then last card 1.50. I bet on Paul Craig, and that was the only winning bet of the night, 3 units, and then I also lost on Polo Reyes, which was a terrible bet. I knew he was done, but I just didn't think Con Nelson was good. And then I also lost on Grasso. I think she won the fight, but it was really close. And then I had a bet on Rodriguez that went to no contest. So minus 1.5 on the night. And I hope I have a winning night, man. This night, I think, we'll have a good night. I have 3 bets right now, two straight bets and then one parlay. So without further ado, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Anything else about the card? I mean, Paul Craig got a really good finish. I mean, he went out there and dominated Mamute and showed that Mamute is not UFC material. I mean, Colin Nelson smoked Polo Reyes, so congrats everyone that bet Colin Nelson. The Grasso fight was really good. It could have gone either way. Osho got a really good knockout over Bravo. Before some of them, they're winning a lot of fights. But yeah, this card's really good. This is definitely like a very, very good card. So first fight of the night, we got Jack Shore, I believe. Let me check it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, so we got Jack Shore versus Nolan Hernandez, and this is actually a really good fight. Hernandez made his debut against Chito Vera, and that was on short notice. And obviously, this is your pure striker versus grappler matchup. Make no mistake about it, Hernandez is definitely the better striker. It's the line has been kind of flipped. I think at one point Shore was like minus 130. Now Shore's I think minus 155. Shore's not the best striker. He does get hit a lot. He doesn't want to just strike with Hernandez, because if he does, I think he's going to lose, because he doesn't have a striking advantage. But I mean, the kid's undefeated. He's a good prospect on the regional scene. Looked really good in Cage Warriors. Obviously, he's been fighting some pretty decent competition. Hernandez has been fighting some decent competition as well on the regional scene. He's from LFA. He looked good against Chito, man. I mean, really good in the feet. Chito was in bad positions, but I mean, then Chito just tapped him out, man. Obviously, his ground game is, his weakness, and Shore is, a really good grappler, really good crusher. He's a finisher. I mean, he looks for, for submissions rather than position, and he's a beast on top, man. And he's a really big bantamweight as well. So, I mean, I think Hernandez could definitely be giving Shore some problems on the feet. But once Shore gets him down to the mat, I think it's all she go. I think Shore's the better fighter, and I think he's going to get another submission win here. But I mean, Hernandez is no slouch. I don't think he's a jobber by any means. I mean, he's 10-3. Shor's undefeated. I think Shor's undefeated. I'm pretty sure in amateurs as well. And this is a good fight. This is definitely one of the best fights. I mean, this isn't easy money, either way. So I'm not going to go laying the juice on Jack Shore here. But I do think that he has a big advantage on the mat. And I see him getting Hernandez down and getting a submission win. So I got Jack Shore with I'm going to go with the second round submission win. So next fight, we got Vannata versus Marc Diakiese. Yeah, this fight should be, definitely probably on the main card, definitely up. I don't know why it's second fight of the night, but this is a good fight, Vannata's, both these guys actually have been struggling, to be honest. Vannata, I believe, has 2 draws in his last, 3 fights. One of them was against Matt Pavola, and then another one was against, who's the other one against? Bobby Green, I believe, yeah. And, I mean, both those fights he could have got the win, he could have got the loss. So it was really close in my opinion. I actually thought he beat Pavola. But the Bobby Green fight, it's a close fight as well. But, one thing about Lando is that he gasses and his cardio is not good. He puts everything in every shot. I don't think he's a jobber by any means. The guy, dropped Tony Ferguson 3 times on his debut, on short notice debut. The guy has power. He's really fast. He blitzes a lot. He's known for his durability. This guy has really good chin, man. One of the best chins in the sport. He has a good wrestling background too. You saw him. Obviously, Mariano's probably the worst guy at 55, but he went out there and absolutely took him down at will, or just took him down easily, and then tapped him out. I think Lando has probably the better wrestling pedigree, but I think Diakiese could actually take him down. I don't know if Lando's gonna be able to take him down. Lando doesn't really shoot for the takedown. Yeah, he did last fight, but that's against a guy with no ground game. Diakiese, is a pretty well-rounded fighter, but he's also been a letdown. He was on a 3-fight losing streak before I got the win last fight against Dalby, and he has a gassing problem as well. So both these guys have gassing problems. Obviously Diakiese is the bigger fighter. He has the size advantage here. Striking wise, I think Vannata probably has more power for sure. Vannata has a good jab, good right hand, really good kicks, really flashy. You saw that Madoski knockout. But I think Diakiese could definitely pick him apart. Diakiese fights long. He has really good movement. He's a huge lightweight. He's fast as well. Good jab, good right hand. Nasrat dominated him, man. But yeah, Nasrat's definitely, a top 15 guy in the future for sure. I saw that he called out Diego Ferreira. Great fight. I'm not going to say what I have there pre-tape, but yeah, it's a really good fight. But yeah, I feel like I mentioned, I think Vannata has the better wrestling background, that makes sense, but I think Diakiese actually has the better wrestling. I think Diakiese could actually take him down. He could pick apart and feet. I think the line is, should be a pick 'em. I think it's a really close fight. Because like I said, both these guys have been struggling lately, and they're both kind of they match well with each other. They both have bad cardio in my opinion. So, really close fight, but I'm going to go with Diakiese with the win. I think he wins a close decision. If this went to a draw, would be crazy. But you got your typical brawler Vannata versus a guy that's really technical. Has good movement, good striking. So I'm gonna go with Marc Diakiese with a close decision win. I believe he was minus 115 at one point, and when he was minus 115, I said to myself, "Hey, if he hits plus money, man, I might take a shot." But he never hit plus money. He got steep. So we'll see what happens. Next fight, we got Brandon Davis versus Giga Chikadze. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. That's not the next fight. It's Macy Chiasson versus Lena Lansberg. So, yeah, this is my first fight of the night. I have Macy in a parlay with someone later in the card. And, I'm really high on Macy. I've been high on her since, tough, man. Where she's really green, but, she's really good, dude. Trains a 4-7 MMA. I honestly think she could be a future champ. This girl's going to be a future top 5 girl. This girl's a really bad matchup for a lot of girls in the division. She's just so big and physical, and she's good everywhere, man. You saw her get in a little trouble last fight against Cheesecake. She got taken down, but then she just reversed her, man, and then just dude. After that, dude, after Cheesecake got tired, she just took over. She has good cardio. She has a good chin. She has really good striking, great right hand. Good pressure fighter. Durable. I think I already said that, but and then her grappling's really good too. She has a good ground game. She has good wrestling. She's a beast on top. great ground pound. I mean, she's a finisher too, man. I mean, all her wins in the UFC, she's been, smoking everybody. Lansberg is definitely, a step up from, Gina Manzani, um, Kianzad, and Cheesecake. But I mean, Lansberg, I don't think is a good fighter. I mean, she beat Evinger, who was at the end of her career. Lansberg has no striking whatsoever. I think she's slow. I think all Lansberg tries to do is get you in the clinch and kind of grind on you. I think it's a terrible matchup there. I think Chiasson's better everywhere. I think Chiasson has a grappling advantage. I think Chiasson's way better on the feet, way faster, way more physical, and I think Chiasson's going to finish Lena Lansberg early in the first round. And I think she needs to get a huge step up, man. I mean, give her the Aspen Lads, give her the Kaylin Vieras, give her someone high, man, the division, man. I mean, you got to. I mean, yeah, you've been building her up, but I mean, she needs to step up. Give her Sarah McMahon. I mean, oh man, absolute smoke. But yeah, I think Chiasson's the future of the division, and she's a really good fighter, man. So I'll go with Macy Chiasson with a first round KO, dude. And I forgot to mention that she's undefeated. So she's 7-0 in my opinion. Well, I think she's 5-0, but I'm gonna say she's 7-0. That's just because I'm counting her wins on top as well. Maybe it's 8-0. So next fight we got Brandon Davis versus Chikadze. This is a close fight. Obviously Chikadze trains at a good gym, trains at Kingdom MMA, with Benny DeRue, Vittori. But I mean, he has a really good kickboxing background. I mean, make no mistake about it. This guy's a better striker. Okay, he's a really good striker. Davis is a good striker too, but I mean, Chikadze is a way better striker in my opinion. And we've seen Brandon Davis get lit up. I mean, he's a good. I mean, Davis is no slouch. I'm not gonna say he's a jobber. He's not like a really good fighter. Like I think he's decent. He doesn't have the best UFC record. I think what is he 10-7 overall? I think he's like 2-4. I think in the UFC. But I mean, the fight with Bosniak, I think he definitely won that fight. The fight with Randy Costa. I mean, Costa was a better striker, and Costa lit him up, and then Davis got him down, and it was over. Davis has a huge advantage on the mat. I think Chikadze has the advantage on the feet, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's the same amount of advantage as Davis has in the mat. Obviously, Chikadze has advantage in the feet. Davis has to get him down. I mean, Davis, he's probably good striking a little bit, and once he gets hurt, which I mean, he's really durable, it's really good chin. I think he's definitely going to get into the mat. He has the better cardio, in my opinion. Chikadze is, has terrible cardio. I mean, all of his wins are by first round finish. And that fighting contender series, man, was embarrassing, dude. I mean, Austin Stringer's a guy that he's a jobber. I mean, Austin Springer is the guy that gets brought in the roots, and Austin Springer was way smaller than him. And damn, dude, Springer that was bad. Chikadze was hurting him and then just blew his wad and got taken down and got tapped out. I mean, he has no ground game at all. His UFC material, we don't know, but I mean, he hasn't been fighting anybody. I mean, I'm pretty sure the record that he's been fighting is like really bad. It's like a huge losing record. So Davis has fought better competition. Davis has good grappling. Look what he did to Randy Costa. Like, he has a good ground game. So, Chikadze is a good striker. He's a better striker, but Davis is way better, more complete fighter. So, I got Davis taking him down, and once he takes him down, it's over. So, I got Davis for the second round submission win. Maybe even late first round. I'm not going to play it. If Brandon Davis hits plus money, I mean, now we're talking, but I'm not going to play it. Because Davis, his fight IQ, I mean, he could just try to strike with him and try to knock him out. But I don't think he's LG. I think once he gets hurt, he's going to take him down. So I got Brandon Davis for the next fight. We got Siyar Bahadazada versus Ismail Naurdiev. Ismail Fraudiev. Nah, I mean, is he a fraud? I mean, we'll find out this fight because he was a minus 600 favorite last fight against Chance from countering. I think Chance is no slouch. I think he's a pretty good fighter. I mean, a lot of us thought Chance was live, in that last fight, but I mean, Chance ate all of his shots and just took him down at will, kept him down there. And then you just see Chance was the way stronger guy. I mean, Chance actually has a gas tank. Fraudiev or Naurdiev doesn't have the best cardio at all. So this is a very close matchup. I've actually been going back and forth here. I hope Siyar wins. I want him to win. I like the guy. I think he's, a killer PK'd fighter. I mean, he has a really good chin. He hits like a truck. He's a KO artist. He has so heavy hands. I think he's won 3 of his last 4 fights. I mean, obviously the guys he's beaten, not the best. I mean, Wilkinson, a joke. Brand Thatch doesn't even fight in UFC and doesn't even fight anymore. I think the guy gets this like 8 submission losses, not 8 but like 4. And then he beat Chagas, but I mean that was well, I mean that was kind of a sketchy fight too. I'm pretty sure like Chagas got him down, or I think he went for a takedown that kind of like got reversed and stuff, but he finished Chagas. Chagas is in UFC veteran, where he got cut. And then, I mean, he had a close fight in Wonder. I mean, Wonder was just piecing him up on the feet, dude, bad. Wonder really hurt him on the feet. Wonder took some shots, but Wonder, he's a good striker, good chin. I mean, Siyar took him down a couple times, and then he got reversed in that late in that third round. My thing in here is that I don't think Siyar has the wrestling that Chance Encounter does at all. I mean, Chance has really good wrestling. He has credentials, man, in college. Siyar is not really a grappler. Like, he has wrestling for sure. I mean, he took down all those opponents. But one thing is I think Siyar has more power for sure. So I mean, I could definitely see him knocking out Naurdiev. But I think Naurdiev, is just he's the younger guy for sure. I mean, Naurdiev. I feel like they both have good chins, but Siyar has taken a lot of damage, especially in the Wonder fight. I mean, dude, Wonder took off some years, man, in that fight. Wonder hurt him so many times, and Siyar's just such a savage that he just ate all that stuff and didn't go down. But you could tell that, dude, he was hurt, man, multiple times in that fight, dude. I mean, make no mistake about it. You can call him Wonder a fraud and all that stuff. I don't think he is, but I mean, he doesn't have a ground game at all. So when he fights a grappler, like, you got to fade Wonder, but Wonder's a really good striker, man. Wonder's a better striker than Naurdiev, in my opinion. So this is going to be a good fight, man. I want to pick Siyar just because, I mean, I definitely think he can take Naurdiev down. I think he has a better cardio. Naurdiev, I mean, yeah, he beat Braceras on short notice, but Braceras is old, and he's at the end of his career and stuff. And I mean, who is he really beating Braceras? He beat a bunch of jobbers, man. He beat Cummings, but I mean, Cummings isn't the best, and Cummings is a middleweight, and Cummings, shouldn't have been at 170 anymore, especially after missing weight so many times. So this is a really close fight. I mean, I think Naurdiev is more technical. Naurdiev has more tools. I mean, it's like a truck. Good right hand. I mean, good kicks. He can probably pick apart Siyar just like Wonder did. But I mean, I do think that Wonder has the better cardio. I think, I think I could definitely see Siyar taking him down. I don't think Naurdiev's going to take Siyar down. I don't think he can. But I do think Siyar has the ground advantage here. I think he can definitely take on Naurdiev. But his chin is just like a big concern for me because he took a lot of punches in the last fight. I mean, Naurdiev is a good striker, so I'm going to pick Naurdiev with a close decision win. He's not going to finish here. I don't think if he does, that's a really big statement. But yeah, I'll pick Naurdiev with a close decision win. But would it surprise me if he lost it? No, because it's a really close fight in my opinion. So I'll go with Naurdiev, but I hope Siyar wins. Next fight, we got Alessio De Chirico versus let's see, the Floyd Mayweather sign fighter, Muradov. This is a pretty close fight. Yeah, this is a close fight. Italy definitely gets disrespected a lot. Like, I think he's I forget his UFC record. I know I wrote it down. Let me check real quick. But this is 3-3, isn't it? Okay, so I think he's 3-3 in the UFC, but honestly, he could arguably 5-1. I think he beat Bojan Veljkovic. I thought that was a robbery, in my opinion. A lot of people agree with me, and I thought he beat Kevin Hall in last fight. So I think he could definitely be 5-1. I mean, the Joey Marquez win was good. Marquez had a lot of hype coming off Contender Series. And Italy took him down 8 times. Italy takes down a lot of his opponents. He took down Kevin Hall twice. I mean, Italy hurt Kevin Hall, man, multiple times, dude, in the clinch with his elbow. So I don't think Italy's I think he's no slouch, man. I kind of like Italy. I wanted to bet him here. Something's holding me back, though. I'm more confident in the plays I have. But I do think Italy gets the job done. Muradov, he's making his debut. Impressive record on the regional scene. He does have 6 losses, but I mean, he's definitely improved a lot. I mean, he has 3 losses by sub. I don't think Alessio is going to tap him out. Muradov, has good grappling. He has a good right hand. He has a good pressure. He's a good pressure fighter. He's, knocks out, not a lot of guys, but I mean, he hasn't been fighting any guys, in my opinion, that, I feel like Italy's been fighting the better competition for sure. Julian Marquez, Kevin Hall, they're way better than all the guys in the been fighting. He's been fighting Alberto Duda. I mean, come on, dude. Vittori smoked that guy, dude, a long time ago. So that guy's like 40 years old. That guy's equivalent to Mamute, in my opinion, a jobber. Muradov 4-fight winning streak. He's a finisher. Like I said, good straight right. But yeah, in my opinion, I think Italy actually has really underrated wrestling. I don't think Muradov's gonna be able to take him down. Italy has could take him defense. And I think Italy actually could take him down. Italy's been taking down everybody, man. I mean, took down Marc 8 times. He took down Kevin Holland twice. So I definitely think Italy has the wrestling advantage here. I'm sure some people don't agree with that. I think if he's really close, Muradov probably has more power. You know, Italy's not really known for a KO artist. I know he knocked out Bose, but he's not a KO artist. But he's technical. Like Italy's really smart. He has a really good chin. You know, he has a good right hand, good jab. His cardio has definitely been a red flag. I mean, he gasses in his fights. He didn't really gas against Kevin Holland though, but against Marquez he did. But I mean, he was in a brawl during Marquez. I mean, they were brawling bad, but I mean, Italy got the win. So I think he's underrated. I like Italy, man. I think Italy can definitely win a decision here. I think he can. He's going to mix in his wrestling, and like I mentioned, his elbows in the clinch are really nasty, dude. He hurt Kevin Holland multiple times. Yeah, you can say Kevin Holland, you know, wasn't himself because he tore his shoulder or whatever, but I mean, Italy still got the win. Italy still hurt. So I was Italy here, man. Plus money, yeah. I mean, I'm in. I'm not going to bet him though. I'm going to stay away. But yeah, I do think Italy gets the job done. So next fight, we got Amedovski versus John Phillips. I mean, honestly, man, this is a fight that I mean, I don't even want to break down. This is the worst fight in the card. Two jobbers, two guys at the bottom of the division. I mean, honestly, yeah, dude, it's just one of those fights that I just don't care about. John Phillips should have won last fight, man. He definitely should have won that fight. I thought, you know, he had it in the bags. He hurt him. I mean, he just didn't really throw much, but he outstruck him. He hurt him. He dropped him. He got robbed, but I mean, it was close. Like, it was closer than I thought it was when I watched it live. He's not a good fighter, John Phillips. I mean, he's yeah. I mean, yeah, you can say he trains at SVG, but he's on a 3-fight losing streak, 0-3 in UFC. He's known for his durability. Tough guy. No ground game. I mean, at all. I mean, no takedown defense, no ground game. But he's a KO artist for sure. But this guy's been KOing guys in the regional scene, you know. So Madoski's 0-1. Amedovski's a striker too. Like, both these guys are strikers. I mean, I don't think Amedovski's going to go out there and take Phillips down. I mean, he probably has a grappling advantage because everyone does against John Phillips. Amedovski's, you know, has power. He's been knocking out a lot of people. Both these guys, I mean, the more I think about it, like, I think this is the worst fight in the card just because they're both jobbers, but it actually could be an exciting fight because they're both really, you know, they're good. They're both KO artists. So it's really close. I want to pick Amedovski just because, you know, he's been knocking out a lot of guys. I know he got taken down against Chirico, but I think Phillips is his fast against the wall. I think Phillips is going to get the knockout here, but I'm not confident. I've never bet him here. I got John Phillips. Don't tell me on that. So, first fight of the main card. We got another play. We got Nicholas Dalby versus Alex Howboy Oliveira. Get some water real quick. So, yeah, I got 3 units on the dog. I got Dalby at plus 160, I think. Let me check real quick. I think it's plus 135 now. Yeah, plus 160. So, yeah, you know, Howboy, you know, he's a good fighter. I think he was a good fighter, but I do think he's at the end of his career. He's on the decline for sure. You can't say he's not. I mean, he's lost 3 of his last 5 fights, and you know, one of those wins was against Carlos Condit, where he didn't look that good in my opinion. I mean, he had some sketchy moments in that fight, and obviously you can never like, you know, say that MMA math works. I mean, yeah, he beat Carl Pedosoli and Dalby lost Pedosoli, but I mean, if they rematched, dude, he would absolutely smoke Pedosoli in my opinion and Dalby, and that was a really close fight. It's all about the matchup here. Howboy's at the end of his career, in my opinion. His shin's deteriorating. You know, Dalby gets hurt in a lot of his fights, but Dalby's tough. And Dalby has heart. I don't think Howboy has heart. Dalby's like, you know, he lives by the sword, dies by the sword. This guy's gone through a lot outside the UFC. He's on a 4-fight winning streak, I believe. Looked really good last fight. He didn't even get hurt. He got cut, but I mean, really good against Ross Houston. And I mean, Howboy he hasn't been looking good. I mean, you could say he's fought better competition, which I agree with, but when you talk about the mashup, dude, Howboy gasses out every fight. The guy does not have good cardio, and Dalby has really good cardio. So I'll say the first round's going to be tough because, I mean, Howboy's going to come out really strong. I think Howboy, you know, is a good striker. He has a good jab. He has a good right hand. He's really flashy. But Dalby has a grappling advantage for sure. I think Dalby could definitely take him down. Dalby actually has heart, like I mentioned. I think both of them have good chins, but like I mentioned, I think Howboy's chin's deteriorating. I think Dalby actually is tougher and has a better chin. And the cardio advantage for Dalby is huge here, in my opinion. Dalby's a pressure fighter. Dalby's not going to, you know, let Howboy go out first. Dalby's going to be in his face the entire fight. Dalby has a good jab, a good right hand. He's a very complete fighter. And, I mean, I'm telling you, man. Howboy's 31 years old, but I mean, he looks old. You see his pictures on Instagram. He does not look good. He looks really old. He's good in the clinch, but I mean, you watch, like I just mentioned, lost 3 of his last five fights. I mean, Mike Perry dominated him, and then before that, I mean, Gunnar Nelson made him quit with that elbow, man, on top position. Um, I mean, he's coming up at Yancey Madero, speeding, dude. And that changed his life. That took some years off for sure. And this isn't the same Howboy, you can tell, man. I mean, he's definitely declining, dude. So I got Dalby with the win, man. I think Dalby is gonna have to weather a tough first round, but like I mentioned, I think he's more tactical than Howboy. I think Howboy has more power, but I think he actually has a heart and he has the cardio advantage, dude. So and he's more durable, dude. So I got Nicholas Dalby, man. He's fighting at home. This fight hits the scorecards and it's close. It's gonna go to Dalby. I think Dalby makes a statement here. I really do, and I think he's gonna get a finish over Howboy. I think he's gonna take him down. I think he's gonna break Howboy. I think he's gonna get a third round TKO. Nicholas Dalby, a good win, man. Coming back to the UFC, he's 17-3-1. He's a good fighter, and I got Nicholas Dalby with the upset. So next fight we got Lord McCall Ojacek versus OSP. This is a squash match. I mean, a squash match. I mean, I'm really high in this kid. I've been high in this kid for a while, ever since he beat Khalil. I mean, this kid's one of the best prospects in the division. I think he's a top 5 guy in the future, probably going to go farther than that. I mean, I bet this guy over a lot of guys in this division right now, dude. I mean, there's a lot of good prospects in there. I mean, Ratchich versus I mean, first off, Ratchich is fighting Volkan, and that's a really good fight. I think OSP. I think Lord McCall beats both of them. I mean, I think this guy's for real, dude. I really do. I think one thing I like about him, he has a speed advantage against most guys in the division. Probably everybody. He's so fast, dude. You know, he's a smaller guy, but he's so fast. His counter striking, I mean, his pressure, dude, his jab, his right hand. I mean, he killed Vannata, and then he killed what is it? Amazon Gaslamp. What is his name again? I always get his name mixed up. Let me check real quick just because I forget. Obviously, Cutelaba was good too, but it's what is it? Answer Gulov. Okay, that's who it is. But yeah, I mean, this guy is OSP's at the end of his career as well. Another guy on the end of his career. I mean, he has not been looking good. He gets hurt every fight. Yeah, he's only been knocked out once, but I mean, all that damage has been taken, dude. I mean, I don't even know if he can take down Jason. Like, Jason has good grappling too. He took down Khalil at will, but well, he took him down 2 or 3 times, but just kept him down there. But it's really good cardio, really good chin, great striking. I mean, good ground game. He's good everywhere. He's better than OSP everywhere. I think he's gonna just go after OSP, man. He's gonna rip to that body. I mean, he's really nasty to the body, and I think he finishes OSP early. I think he's gonna knock him out, and I know OSP's tough for sure, but he's at the end of his career, man. His shit's deteriorating. I got Michal Ojacek, Ward Bader, I don't know why I call him Ward Bader. Ward McCall with a first round KO. I think he finishes OSP in under 2 minutes. And I forgot to mention that closes out my parlay, makes Chiasson. So 3 units, Chiasson, Ojacek, minus 130. Let's get it. I'm gonna read the comments real quick. We got Marcus. Why are you doing these videos with Kelvin? The two of you at the chemistry. Yeah, man. Me and Kelvin are still friends, man. We still talk all the time. I'm still in a group with him on Twitter, but I mean, I've just decided just to go by myself right now, just because like I have a different schedule and stuff, and I mean, I feel like just it's easier when you go by yourself because you don't have to wait for anybody, work around your schedule. So I'm just gonna go by myself right now. Let's see who else in here. Quincy, anyone else think Italy loses? Which Italy? Because there's 2 different Italys. I think. Well, we'll talk about it later. But the one that's fighting Muradov, I think, wins. The other one, we'll talk about that later. Quincy, Naurdiev had a pick in. I might change Phillips. Phillips should roll. Phillips, I don't trust him at all, but yeah, he's gonna win, I think. Clint, Taha, what's up, dude? Yeah, I mean, Ward, man, McCall, this guy's a beast, bro. I mean, we've been talking about him for a long time. He's the future of the division, dude. He's gonna smoke OSB. So next fight, we got. Ooh, this is a good fight right here. We got Ion Cutelaba versus Khalil Roundtree, and I'm sure a lot of people are probably going to be puzzled like with who I have here and who I'm betting because I mean I'm a really big Khalil fan. Like I mean I've been high on him for a long time, and I mean I've bet on him multiple spots. I bet on him versus Paul Craig. I bet on him versus Gokhan Saki. But I mean I'm telling you, man, right now I just don't think this is the best matchup for him. He looked really good against Hernandez. Like, I do think Quill's improved for sure. I mean, come on, dude. He looked really good against Hernandez. He dropped him 4 times. But one thing about him is he doesn't do well with pressure. And I think Cutelaba's style, like, Eric Anders is not pressure at all. He's slow. Eric Anders is not, he's no slouch. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. He's a decent fighter, pretty good. I mean, he's no slouch. He's really tough. Like, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get finished there. But, I mean, he didn't even go after Quill. He just let Quill dictate the pace and go first. I mean, Cutelaba's going to be in his face, dude. Cutelaba at the weigh-in is going to be in Quill's face, going to be like up in his grill, man. I mean, one thing I like about Cutelaba, he's kill or be killed. The dude has really good pressure. And the thing is, yeah, he has a gas tank problem. He does gas out, but I mean, people aren't talking about Quill's cardio. I mean, yeah, Quill won a decision against Anders, but I mean, he dominated that fight. Anders didn't get in any trouble. Quill gasses out. Look at the fight with old J-Sec. I mean, Quill gas out bad in that fight, dude. You know, Khalil, he's been knocked out before too. I'm not going to say he's shitty by any means, but one thing I'm going to mention here is I know Johnny Walker, the future champ, obviously, once John Jones retires, caught him with that elbow. But I mean, you know who else has really good elbows? Cutelaba, dude. Cutelaba, I mean, he smoked, what's his name? Antigulov with the elbow. But I just think this is a good matchup for Cutelaba. I mean, number one, he has a grappling advantage. And I mean, he has the better wrestling. I mean, Khalil has no ground game at all. So if Cutelaba decides to use his Greco-Roman wrestling, I mean, he took down Cannonier 8 times. I mean, he dominated Cannonier on the mat and just gassed him. I mean, Cannonier's a really good chin. If you watch that fight, it was 1-1 going in the third. I mean, Cutelaba was beating his ass bad, and Cannonier just turned it on the Terminator mode, and Cutelaba gassed. And even, I know the Glover fight has nothing to do with this fight, but I thought that was the best Cutelaba we've ever seen, in my opinion. I mean, he looked so good in that fight. I mean, he stopped every takedown, and then he just tripped in the second round. He was getting tired, and he tripped, and then Glover got on top and just tapped him out, man. But I mean, he didn't get taken down once in that fight. So I think if he uses his grappling, it's going to be easy money for sure. Like, I think it's easy if he uses grappling. It's in his back pocket. But do I think he's going to use it? I don't know. Like, I'm not banking on that. I think he's a baller. I think he's going to beat in Quill's face. We've seen Quill get knocked out before. We've seen Quill not do good with pressure. I mean, Quill doesn't like to get hit either. I mean, even Anders caught him good shots, and even Quill was slowing down a little bit in that fight, too. I mean, so yeah, Quill smoked Paul Craig. He smoked Gokhan Saki, but I mean, we've seen Quill get in bad spots before, man. So I do think that he's more technical than Cutelaba, but I think Cutelaba actually has more power, dude. Cutelaba, like, he's a beast, man. I mean, and all the guys he's been losing to are good fighters. He lost to Misha Cirkunov on short notice in his debut a long time ago when Misha was good. He's still a fraud, but I mean, he's not. I feel like he's still a top 15 guy. Like, he's still a fraud, but I mean, that's when Misha was before a fraud, in my opinion. Cutelaba was still dropping in that fight. Then he lost to Cannonier in a really close fight. Cannonier's a top 10 middleweight. And then he lost to Glover, who I fade Glover a lot, but dude, the guy's so tough, dude. Glover's a top 10. He could even be a top 6 guy. So I got to quit fading Glover unless it's against Oleg Jacek. Because if they fight, rip Glover. But I don't know. I mean, who knows? Glover's a good fighter. I got to quit fading him. But yeah, man. I mean, Cutelaba, man. I mean, a great right hand, dude. Like I mentioned, he's really durable, dude. That's one thing about him. He's not going to go away. He's not going to be. He's going to be in Quill's face. He's not going to be like Anders. It's not even going to. Anders was like hesitant the whole fight. He just was like, he couldn't figure him out. Cutelaba was going to be in his face, charging him down, dude. So, very good jab, good right hand, good kick. So, I do think that Cutelaba was going to get him out of there. I think after the first round, obviously we could both see him gassed, but you just can't sit here and say Cutelaba like only has bad cardio. Khalil has bad cardio too. They both have cardio problems. So, and I think Cutelaba is more durable than Khalil. I really do, and I think he has more power. I think Cutelaba is going to be charging, like I mentioned. Good elbows, good right hand, good jab. I don't think he's. I mean, he's going to eat some shots for sure. And Khalil, is hits like a truck for sure. But I'm telling you, man, that pressure's going to frustrate Khalil, and he has that grappling advantage in his back pocket. So I got Cutelaba. I'm gonna go with the second round TKO. I think he's gonna hurt Khalil, man, with that right hand, and he's gonna hit him with some of those elbows in the clinch, dude. Khalil's not gonna like it. He's gonna go down. So I'm gonna go with Cutelaba. I mean, Khalil, like, I like the guy. He's improved, but people are acting like he's like a future champ and all this stuff now, and like he's a top 5 guy and all this. Like, he's improved, but I mean, he still has like holes in his game. Like, number one, he has no ground game. Number two, he gasses. I mean, he doesn't like to get hit. He doesn't do good with pressure. So I think Cutelaba is gonna knock him out. A lot of people sleep on Cutelaba, man. I think he's no slouch. He's still young too. Cutelaba's the younger guy. Cutelaba's 25 years old, dude, and he's only gonna improve. He's 15-4, and Cutelaba's, I mean, jacked out of his mind. I mean, they're both huge. But I mean, Cutelaba is a big dude. Cutelaba's the bigger dude. I think he's more physical too. So I'll go Cutelaba with the second round TKO, and I do think he can take down Quill. I mean, if he chooses to, he will for sure. So next fight we got. And I forgot to mention, he has more experience in Quill as well. So next fight, we got Gunnar Nelson versus Gilbert Burns. Yeah, this is a close fight. I'm actually having a really hard time in this fight. Gilbert Burns definitely impressed me last fight with Kunchenko. I actually faded him, and yeah, he looked really good. He gassed out a little bit in the third round, he does gas out, but it was on short notice, and I mean, he does have some striking defense, problems. But I think 170s, probably the move for him, dude. I mean, yeah, he's a better striker than Gunnar Nelson. I think he's more technical. I mean, I think Gunnar Nelson's faster. I think Gunnar Nelson has a speed advantage here. Nelson's a good fighter, though, man. I mean, I don't think he's a bad fighter. This is definitely the best fighter Burns fought. And can you see the same thing about Nelson? No, I mean, Nelson's been fighting good competition. He's fighting, Ponzi. He fought Howboy. He fought Dan Edwards. I mean, Gunnar Nelson even took down Edwards like 3 times. Dude, and he mounted him in that fight. And it was pretty sketchy. He does get hit a lot though too. He doesn't have the best defense on the feet. I mean, he's been knocked out once. He got dropped against Dan Edwards. Howboy put him in a bad position, but I mean, then he just took him down and it was over in the second round. I think the ground game's gonna be really interesting here. I think Gunnar Nelson probably has a better wrestling. They both have great ground games. They're both second-degree black belts, so I don't think there's gonna be a submission win here. If this fight is the mat, yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like Nelson has better wrestling for MMA, but I mean Burns probably has a better jiu-jitsu though. But I think it's gonna I think it's gonna stay on the feet. I really do. Like I mentioned, I think Gilbert Burns is the better striker. I think he's more technical. I think he has a really good right hand. But Gunnar's fast. Gunnar has a speed advantage here. Gunnar probably, I don't know who has more power, man, because Gunnar's really a grappler. I mean, Gunnar hurts guys in the feet and then taps them out. I think Burns probably has more power, man. I think he's more technical. I don't think he has a huge advantage on the feet. I think it's really close because I don't think Gunnar's a bad striker. I mean, the way he blitzes in, he could definitely catch Gilbert Burns. And I mean, Gilbert Burns is a flopper too, man. When Gilbert Burns is tired, like against Kunchenko, he flops his back. And he doesn't want to flop his back against a guy like Gunnar Nelson, man, because I mean, both these guys have really good ground games. So it's really close, man. I've been having a tough time with this fight. Because like I mentioned, I think Burns is a better striker. I think both their ground games are equal. I think he cancels out, but I do think Gunnar has a better wrestling. I think Gunnar could actually take down Gilbert Burns. I don't know if Burns could take down Gunnar Nelson. They both gas out. I don't know. I've been going really back and forth. I think Gilbert Burns could definitely pick him apart, but I think Gunnar Nelson is he's gonna steal it away. I think he's gonna hurt him on the feet, and he's gonna. I don't know. I mean, Gunnar's really good on top too. That's one thing. I mean, look at those elbows he ran in against Howboy, dude. So I've been having a really tough time in this fight. And Burns is definitely, he's been knocked out before, but he's definitely improved. His shin's been looking better once on me. I'll go with Gunnar Nelson with a decision win, but I think it's really, really close. If you got Gilbert Burns at plus money, it's a good bet. So, but yeah, I'm not confident. I don't have the best read in that fight. So next fight, I'm going to talk about this fight like really fast. I don't care about it. We got Marc Madsen versus Danilo Belluardo. This should not be the co-main event. I think it's a joke. We know Danilo is a fraud. He's a jobber. I mean, the guy lost to Joe Alvarez. The guy got knocked out against Joe Alvarez. I mean, that's embarrassing. Alvarez is a fraud too. Madsen's, size advantage, fighting at home, Olympic grappling, Olympic wrestling. I mean, Danilo's a grappler too, but yeah, he's going to take down Danilo Will. Easy money. I mean, I'm sorry. Not easy money. I'm not playing. But he should win the fight. But he's like minus 600, so I'm good. Yeah, Madsen, submission win. Main event, we got Jack the Joker versus Cannonier. I've been high on both these guys for a while. I like Cannonier a lot. I like Joker a lot. Interesting matchup for sure. The line is getting pretty steep. I think Cannonier, he is live for sure. I mean, Cannonier, he's the better striker. I think he has more power, man. Actually, hold on real quick. Maybe let me erase that real quick. he has more power, okay, and he's faster. He has speed advantage. He's more explosive than Joker. Joker's striking is improved though. I mean, Joker could pick him apart. I mean, Joker picked apart, Souza. Joker has really good movement. That's one thing I like about him, and he frustrates a lot of his opponents, dude. He's in and out, in and out, in and out. His cardio look. I mean, he got tired a little bit, but I mean, he's a tough dude to go out there and dominate a guy like Souza, dude. I mean, great win. I bet him there. I think he's the future champ. I think this guy's for real. I think when he gets you on the mat, it's over. I mean, this guy has the best ground and pound in the world, in my opinion. For him, it could be, but I mean, in the division for sure. I mean, he's one of the best grapplers in the division. When he takes you down, it's over. I mean, he has a really good choke. That guillotine he hit against CM3. He hit it against someone else too. Who did he hit it against? Who did he hit it against? He hit it against CM3 and someone else. Let me check. Let's see real quick. Oh, Branch. Okay. Yeah, that was easy money. So yeah, I mean, we see Cannonier definitely get taken down. That's his whole in his game. He gets taken down, even Branch taken down, but he got right back up. Middleweight's a division for him for sure. Cannonier has a speed advantage. He has more power. Joker, like I mentioned, I think he could pick him apart, but I think Cannonier has the striking advantage just because like the power. Like I think Cannonier could definitely hurt him on the feet. And Joker's a good striker though. I don't think Joker's a bad striker. Like, I think Joker could pick him apart and frustrate Cannonier with the range, but I don't think he shouldn't strike with him for a while. He needs to get into the mat because he has a big advantage there. And I mean, that's how Cannonier can win the fight. He can get a knockout. He's KO or bust. But yeah, I got Joker here, man. I like both these guys, but I think Joker gets him down, and I think Joker's gonna tap him out, man, or pound him out. Cannonier's a very tough guy to do that too because he's only been finished a couple times. Has he never been subbed? Has he? No, but he got knocked out against Dominic Chris at 205, and he got knocked out against Sean Jordan. But I just think Joker's just too physical, man. His ground game is too good. Great grappling. So I'll go with Joker, but would it surprise me? Cannon won? No, I think Cannon's a good fighter, man. I think Cannon could definitely get a knockout here, but like I mentioned, Jack the Joker Hermanson is a future champ. I'm telling you right now. So I got three plays. I bet on Dalby at plus 163 units. I bet on Cutelaba 3 units at plus 125. And I have a 3-unit parlay with Lord, McCall, and Chiasson. I can't wait for next week. I mean, that main event's one of the best fights of the year. I mean, that's one of the best fights, dude. I mean, I'm a huge Stylebender fan. I like Whitaker a lot. I'm gonna be taping that soon. I've already done a little bit, but I mean, I already know who I like pre-tape. But yeah, man, it's a really good fight, man. I can't wait for that fight, and yeah, I can't wait to break that fight down because I have a really strong lean in that fight pre-tape, and I can't wait to tape it because I might be betting that fight soon, man. So stay tuned to Twitter, man, for that. So, all right, guys. Let me know in the comments below who you guys have in every fight, main event, and stuff. And let me answer one question real quick. Louise, are you confident in Macy enough to put 3K on her? 3K is a lot, man. I mean, I don't bet that much at all. So, but I do think she's one of the most confident picks of the night. I mean, she should beat Lansberg. If you've seen Super Bad, Steven Glansberg, come on, you should know who that is. So she should be Steven Glansberg. I'm out. I'll talk to you guys next week for that main event. That main event's crazy. Later, guys.